Welcome back to Watch Time, everybody. Today, as the title will suggest, I am going to talk about Rotary watches. So this brand has existed for a really long time, and the first thing I'll mention is, as far as I remember, they used to actually print the year the company was established, and that seems to have gone now. And I'm pretty sure it was 18 something or other. So it's been around for a long time, but as I'm sure you will probably know, the company's been through kind of several different versions of itself. Obviously, the initial company, completely mechanical, etc., Swiss made, and then up to the current day where, yeah, it's a bit different, although it bears the same logo and all of that sort of thing and the same designs to an extent. So this is my Rotary watch here. I have had many Rotary watches, if I'm honest. I've had, before I was into luxury watches, I used to wear a Rotary watch which looked exactly like a Navitimer for a long time. And I also used to wear a square-shaped Rotary watch which looked kind of similar to this, but it had Arabic numerals. In fact, it might have been Roman numerals, and it was like a brown dial, etc. So I've always, like I say, I've always worn a watch, but these are the watches I used to gravitate to the most, so I've always liked them. However, I have noticed now that these watches don't appear to be Swiss made anymore, whereas they were before. So to be honest with you, I forget the exact model of this. It is an ultra thin version. You could get this on a leather strap as well. But I'm going to talk about the overall quality, because I think if you just buy this off the, from the shop floor, so to speak, they're all going to have a similar quality level. So this one has a bracelet, as you can see there, and it's kind of like this. It's very, very nicely polished and very smooth, so it's very comfortable on the wrist, and it feels decent. It really does. It has a butterfly clasp as well, which is signed as well, stainless steel, of course. So there's a bit of cost went into that. The back itself reads stainless steel sapphire crystal, which is good. Celebrating over 125 years of Rotary watches, 50 meters. So it does already, straight off the bat, have some really positive points. All stainless steel construction, sapphire crystal, and 125 years of history, so it's all looking pretty good so far. I think the finishing's really nice on the case, and the dial looks super HD as well. The crown's really basic to use, as you'd expect. So I have to say, from a quality control point of view, or a quality in general point of view, really, really good. You might even be able to see on the camera there that this dial is actually finished really, really nicely. And we'll get on at the price of these in a minute to see whether it makes it worth it for you. But surprisingly good, I have to say. The only thing that I have noticed on QC, which is slightly disappointing, is here you can see that the bracelet has been, I thought at first that the spring bar comes slightly out of its hole, but it hasn't. It's just that they've over polished this edge slightly, so it shows the spring bar being in there, and this side's a little bit better, but even still there's a slight gap there. That doesn't bother me so much, but I know it will for some people. Frankly, you can see this happening on many, many watches which are way, way more expensive, especially when they become used a bit. They get really slack here. I've had a Tag Heuer watch to do it. I know that the vintage Rolex pieces, the bracelets, are really flimsy. So I don't think that's necessarily something that would stop me buying this watch, if I'm honest. So it's quite basic, date, quartz, no second tick in hand, which is nice. A bit like you would get on a Cartier tank or a watch, a JLC quartz like that. They've took the second hand off because I do think it cheapens the look slightly. So that's the piece there. Really, really nice, I have to say. Very classy. Looks way more expensive than it actually is, and I'm not talking about monetary value necessarily. I'm talking about the build quality is way better than is reflected in the price, if you know what I mean. Like, it should be a lot more expensive than it actually is, in my opinion. So this is the box here. The box is quite basic, but absolutely no problems with it. I don't know what this is. I've not actually looked yet. Let's see if it comes out. Okay, here's a potential problem. This is almost impossible to get out. Right, here we go. 12 months extended guarantee when you register online. That's pretty good. And then you can put a jeweler stamp in there. So I got this one from H. Samuel, which is a high street jeweler in the UK. Here's all the links I had taken out. It comes with a huge bracelet, so I had to have quite a lot of links taken out there. So I paid 155 for this. Of course, you can get them used a lot cheaper. You can probably get them from other watch sellers cheaper. But I think for 155, I'm very, very happy with this. If you were to get, I mean, I don't mean any disrespect to these brands because they are nice, but this is not much different in quality from something like Raymond Veil or, you know, Frederic Constant, something like that. Again, very nice quality watches, but this is, for the price difference, you're talking about a lot of watches are, this is 10% of the price of watches from those brands. This is really good. So there have been people mention that now that Rotary is kind of always made in Asia, that for some reason that means that the quality is reduced. Maybe there are examples of that. However, in my opinion, from this product itself and the products they had available when I looked at these, or when I looked at Rotary watches just yesterday, I think the quality is still very good. It is a shame they're not Swiss made anymore, just because of the, you know, the implications of that being positive implications. That is the only letdown here, really, other than maybe slight, very slight QC issues, like the bracelet just being a millimeter or so too thin. But it's very sturdy, by the way. It's just polished slightly too much. So my opinion, as you can probably tell everybody, is that I think it's worth it. I think the quality's there, the price is good. You can get these reduced quite a lot. So it's a thumbs up from my perspective. But please do let me know what you think in the comments below. I just want to point out one more thing, which I think is funny. The original British design thing. What on earth do they think that is going to mean to anybody? If it said original French design, original German design, anything like that, but I don't think British, well, maybe you could argue historically British people are well known for watchmaking, but in this century, they could probably made a better line said original French design, original Swiss design, something like that. But anyway, let me know what you think, and hopefully this will help some of you to make a decision on buying one of these.